What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we have reports now, as you can see here, that Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank the Ghost Martin this past Saturday did 200,000 pay-per-view buys or less. Now, in the eyes of many, this is, if it holds to be true, a disappointment. Now, one thing I don't understand, and I never understand, because you got different sources in the sport of boxing, different people will tell you different things, especially when it comes to pay-per-views, especially when it comes to the gate, and especially when it comes to the purses. You'll never get a straight answer. That's just the bottom line. You're never going to get a straight answer. So in this case, according to Rick Glazier, and then according to multiple other sources, this fight did 200,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis is viewed as the cash cow in the sport of boxing, and he has some mega gates. He fought King Ryan Garcia last April, and it did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. It did a $23 million gate, and that's the fifth highest gate that saw him and Ryan Garcia reportedly take home over $30 million. That's massive, right? But Gervonta Tank Davis's biggest pay-per-view up until the Ryan Garcia fight was his fight with Rolando Rolly Romero, and it did a reported 250,000 pay-per-view buys. It did a live gate of $5 million at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, which is the highest gate at the Barclays Center. And then it did 60,000 pay-per-view buys when he fought Hector Garcia in Washington, D.C., but the gate was a $5.2 million gate. Now, I don't know if this holds to be true. So many different people have sent me this, and so many people, different people are inquiring about this. This has become a big thing. Floyd Mayweather has made this a massive thing in the sport of boxing, right? Making fans aware of gates and pay-per-view buys, right? And so in this case, the fight was just this past Saturday. Typically, they don't tally up the numbers, which I never understood that as well. They don't typically tally up the numbers this quickly, right? Because they're waiting for international pay-per-view buys. They're waiting for domestic pay-per-view buys, and they're just trying to tally up all the numbers to get an accurate number. And so I'm going to tell you, I don't know if this to be the case. This did 200,000 pay-per-views. But today's time, with all the piracy in the sport of boxing, it's not a surprise if it did. Because the truth of the matter is, Frank Martin is relatively unknown. Now, he's at the time, an undefeated lightweight star title contender, but he's not a household name. He's not a mega name. He's not a mega draw, okay? And so you are looking to benefit off the fact that Gervonta Tank Davis had momentum for the Ryan Garcia fight. He's a mega star. He has a big name, and this is an interesting competitive fight. That's what you're hoping, right? So that's what it ultimately comes down to. But I just don't understand the whole pay-per-view model today's time, right? With the piracy, you're not getting any truth. You're just simply not getting much truth today because of the piracy within the sport of boxing, okay? And that's due to the sport of boxing itself, okay? The sport of boxing has itself to blame because they're just simply not making the biggest fights. And the fans have got tired of being duped in the sport of boxing, and now the fans have gotten to the point where they are, if they could find a different avenue without having to pay for all of these fights. Boxing doesn't have free fights. They don't have competitive free fights anymore. That doesn't exist. When you have competitive free fights, that don't exist anymore. Everything is a pay-per-view model. Everything is it's just turned into a business more so than a sport. And the fans have grown tired of that. And so they're not going to pay for these fights. They're going to find a way to stream the fights, period. That's just the bottom line, okay? So it's being reported by Rick Glazier now. Clearly, Rick Glazer, when people look at Rick Glazer and they say he got an issue with Al Heyman, the PBC, and, he's looking to expose any negativity that they have going on. But at the end of the day, I reached out to other sources, and they told me that they believe it to be true. This is the number that they're hearing floating around. But then I did speak to somebody that said they expected it to do 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Okay, so 350,000 pay-per-view buys is a bigger deal than that's the second biggest pay-per-view for Gervonta Tank Davis. Okay, so his name had to carry this fight because, again, nobody knows who Frank Martin is in the casual boxing world. They just don't. They're not familiar with him. So it's not a surprise. Okay, and again, this is to the doing of the sport of boxing. And this is due to the fact that, technology has grown and people don't want to pay, period. And I see people streaming it on Instagram. I seen people sending me links for Instagram. I seen people sending me links for all types of links that you could tune into the fight. I personally pay for it. So, again, I don't know. In due time, I guess we'll see the true numbers. Somebody said that Leonard Ellerbe said that it's not true. I didn't even see if Leonard Ellerbe responded. I didn't even see Leonard Ellerbe respond. Okay. So I don't even know, if this holds to be true. I have to be completely honest with you guys. I wasn't expecting, this is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. They just fought on Saturday. I wasn't expecting any type of numbers to come out, but obviously if it's quote unquote bad news travels fast, right? So if this is considered bad news. So if it wasn't successful, well, bad news is going to travel fast, period. That's just the bottom line. But I don't know, man. I've heard that it could have done 350,000 pay-per-views. So this number of 200,000 pay-per-views is floating around, but I also heard 350,000 pay-per-views. So we got to see how it unfolds. But again, are you going to get a straightforward number and answer and a legit one? No. So it's pointless. It's really, truly pointless. At the end of the day, we got an exciting fight. We got an explosive fight. We got a knockout. The card itself, in my opinion, was entertaining. Had David Benavidez against Oleksandr Gavdik. You had Anton Russell versus Pulo. You had Terrell Goucher versus Adames. That was like a snoozer. But, it was a pretty good card, though. Pretty good card. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.